Carina.
Hello, Ute.
It's so nice that you took the time today, just in all of the stress that we have with the upcoming holiday season, to meet with me here virtually to prepare a small Christmas gift for the CIQ coach community. As you may remember, a couple of weeks ago, the two of us had an exchange, and from that exchange, the idea originated to have this recording because the topic fits so perfectly well with the holiday season and Santa's headquarters and where the locations all are. And so this is the perfect opportunity to get to know you a little bit better, as you know, for the coaches in our community, and to talk a little bit about your work as well, because that work that you are doing at the moment, I think, is really, really interesting and a little bit extraordinary, in my opinion, because the people that you work with really are in very special places in the world, right? Yeah. Okay, so maybe, I don't know, maybe people outside of the CIQ coach community are also going to listen and watch the recording. So maybe it would be good to start with a short introduction of who we are. Like me, I'm Ute, Ute Franzen-Waschke, and I'm based here in Germany, and I'm a CIQ certified coach, active in the CIQ European collective that was recently founded. And I really thoroughly enjoy the work with CIQ since I was a member, of the first training group in 2016. And since then, I've also become a member of the Creating We Institute, who together with W. Bax is certifying new coaches in the program. So that is as much I would like to share about myself, because today is about you, Carina. So now it's your turn. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you very much, Ute, and thank you very, very much for inviting me to this fantastic that you have arranged for us and for the CIQ and for everybody else who is interested in this. And I am Carina Vinberg, and I live in Stockholm, and also a coach, and I took the program of the CIQ in 2017 cohort, and I am very, very much also looking into the neuroscience. So right now I'm also taking another course there to deepen my knowledge. And as a coach, I've been working for many, many years. I am ICF diploma coach, going for my certification now, but also a communicologist. And then I've worked with coaching actually since I was born, because I was born on a farm in Sweden, and my father was one of my role models for athletes and being outdoor, and we had a lot of riding and horses around us. So without knowing it, actually, I was a coach at that time, coaching my fellows in the riding club, but also taking charge of the youth department, or what do you say, the youth part of it, where all the youngsters were, and I was kind of a lead there. So I think I had it in me, and then I worked a lot of years as a health coach in bigger companies and in my own company for a number of years. But then I found that it's about the systemic work that I have to go on further. It's not only the body, I have to get the body and the brain together. And that's where I started actually digging deeper into this fantastic field.
Wow. Yeah. I remember the two of us actually met in 2017. We were together in this peer group, and that's how our paths crossed. And when we were together in Sweden, when you were organizing together with Katarina the CIQ event in summer, you told us about your farm past, and it's still present in your life, because I remember the apple cider that we enjoyed, and that was a great, that was a great reminder of maybe the past, and that you are carrying it over to your present life. This is something that is really important to you, being out there in the nature, I can see often photos of you, when you are exercising outside, running outside, and so on. So that's great. That's great.
Yeah, and I think what I want to add to that is that I really walk my talk, because to be a sustainable system, you also have to do inputs in your the way you move, or the way you sleep and eat, and all the things that are really helping you to become a good system. But then sustainability is about thinking about what inputs are important for me today that can also sustain for longer time. So I really work on walking my talk, being inspirational in that and educating in it, and also to be authentic in, and also relations are really important to me. So those are some really important values for me that I try to live every day.
Yeah, wow, yeah. And that comes across, people feel it. And that is a really nice segue to the interesting projects that I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation. And we are all wearing, you and I, we are wearing a proof of, the project that you are working on. Can you share a little bit with the coaches about that project that has also something to do with, protecting our planet and researching what is happening on our planet and sustainability, right?
Definitely. Well, we start here with hearts in the eyes, and this has been made by a jeweler in Norway, and it's about 2 Norwegian women, and the whole project, Hearts in the Eyes, it's up at the 78th longitude. So it's up in Svalbard, very, very far up north. These 2 women are, the main point is to make a global community around climate change. But they are now 2 women in one trapper's cabin without electricity, with no running water, with the ice bears as the closest neighbors, or polar bears, 140 kilometers to civilization. And they have 6 major science projects. And actually the last one now is what they can put on their card, the business card. It's actually rocket citizen scientists.
Wow.
They're doing a special thing now for NASA and the Aurora, which is fantastic. It's really, really exciting.
Wow. So that means you are working with the 2 women that are out there in the wilderness and in the polar regions, in these extreme conditions. I'm an absolute fan, I must say. I read their blogs, and it's so fascinating to also see the pictures that they post and what they write about their life, and these simple things that are just normal for us. I mean, they have such a reduced, equipment there, and so it's really very brave women. But okay, you are working with the 2 women, and you are using CIQ with the 2 women, I would guess, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, the whole thing started as I was invited as a guest on a ski and sail tour up on one of Hurtigrutten's old ships, and the woman who took me up there is a ski guide. So we gave a speech on how I've been working with her for the past years, and a woman as being certified international as a mountaineering guide is kind of tough. So after this speech that we gave, Hilde, who is one of the 2 up north, said, "Carina, I would like to have your business card because I have a special project."
Wow.
And that took some months, and then she called me up and she said, "Carina, I would really like you to work with us, because I think we are going to need some mental preparing for this special project. 9 months, which is what is it, 4 or 5 months in total darkness, which is that's quite tough. and the two of them. So that was just about a year ago that I went up to meet them, because I thought it was, for me, it's very important that we have a face-to-face meeting before we really start to working and getting at work. So they had to start to do some storytelling around their values to get to know each other. And then I gave them a lot about up and down regulating on oxytocin and cortisol, and the knowledge about the brain. And also, start to reflecting on how am I acting, and in different all the different situations in life. And then it's also important for you to know, because then this was just a very short days they had together, because one is living up there, that's Hilde, and the other one lived in Canada. So they didn't have too many physical meetings that they could meet each other. So, and they haven't known each other for more than a couple of years either. So this was very, very crucial, just to start with getting to know who I am and how do I react. And we are going to be the two of us up there, just the two of us. Yeah. So with this, it was a really fantastic trip to do in preparing and reflecting on what happens when we do this. And they were in very high cortisol, actually, because they were doing their normal jobs. And on top of this, they have pulled this whole project together.
So that the stress level was really high, and that was producing the cortisol for them. And in that situation, you helped them find their way together, because they are living in that hut. How many? 20 square meters, if at all?
That's all, yeah.
And really closely together, sharing lots of private items with them, with each other. And so I think they really get to know each other very, very well during the time that they spend together. And so certain transparency around things, intention and impact, I could imagine is something that you talk with them about. And
and also a lot of reflecting, actually, but also putting words to it.
Oh yeah.
Because exactly.
Yeah.
And that will, being thankful for something, and why am I thankful for this, and what have I learned about this, and as we know, if you also journal, that's something that helps you as well. So I gave them a little booklet, and now I don't have it right here. I would like to show you just a little one, a diary, just to put down those 4 questions and some answers on them, what they've talked about. So that's a very good way to keep track on where you're heading and what you have done.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so are you still working with them while they are in Svalbard? So do you see them or talk to them on the phone? How can we imagine you're working together?
Yes, we are. Right now we have about once a month a meeting on a Zoom, but we also have a backup on WhatsApp, because it's really hard to see them on the picture. But we have it's a satellite phone for them, right? So, but it's really good, because then we can keep track of, where are they in themselves? Do they have anything that they want to share with all of us? There is also another woman in this call who's also from England working. So we are this well-being team of how to do the dream team of Bamsebu together. Yeah. Wow. So that's so we have actually on Tuesday we will have the next call coming.
Well, then definitely tell them I said hi, and I'm their biggest fan.
I will. Yeah. Definitely, Ute. Okay. But then I've also seen that, with personal development, once you get a little bit of hold of some keys, and you put words to it, then you're also able to navigate and to explore and to collaborate and really get closer to yourself and to the people that you're building your relations with.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and also the factor of trust, I think, out there is a huge factor. And so, yeah, I think the work, the knowledge that we got from Judith Iglesias' body of works, Conversational Intelligence, is really helpful in those extreme situations, but also in everyday normal situations when we have normal encounters. So it's really it fulfills the entire scheme from, just ordinary relationships and extreme relationships. It covers it all.
Yeah.
And we'll share a very interesting photo that one of our other coaches, Ailish from Ireland, pointed out to us because of this piece of jewelry that you were talking about. And Judith also has a similar piece of jewelry, and we will share that photo recording so that the audience can see how magical things sometimes are. And the two women are in a magical place at this time of the year. Everyone is preparing for Christmas, and Santa's headquarters is just there in the polar region somewhere, either in the north or in the south. Which leads us to the next topic, because you also said that you're not only bringing CIQ to the northern polar regions, but you will also be taking them to the southern polar regions. Is that correct, Carina?
Well, that's my aspiration and a very, very big hope for me to be able to do that. Because with me on the trip, when we had a send-off trip of Hilde and Sunniva up north, I met a woman from the UK who is on the staff of a program that is for women scientists. They want to enhance and to put light on women that are scientists, and especially those who have a STEM background, which is scientists, technology, engineering, math, and medicine. And they are into a leadership program. They apply for it and they get 100 women a year on a leadership program. And they have, in the end of that year, they do a trip to the Antarctic. So I would love to go and play some with the penguins.
Oh, yeah, interesting. And you do all of that for business. I mean, this is your job. What a wonderful combination of, passion, job. You cannot even call it a job, can you? It's more the passion around it, isn't it?
It's the passion, and it's fantastic. It's like being able to live your dream, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's lovely.
It's wonderful. Yeah. So that is the future. That is your aspiration. Do you have any other aspirations? Because we are at the time of the year, not only with Christmas coming up, but also with the year coming to the end. Is there anything that you would like to share with our audience around this year that was special, and maybe something for next year that you have on your agenda other than these wonderful projects that you are involved in?
Well, I would like to share with you that I'm so excited about the CIQ, the European community that we are building, and that we there have produced some fantastic workshops that we want to put out in the world and are doing already in experimental mindset, how we shift that, and how to build trust, because I think building trust, that's something that we need in the cultures all over the world, in the relations you and me, and in the families, and in countries all over. That's where trust starts. Right. So that's really that I feel very, very important to transfer that on and to educate and inspire in that. So I have actually, I'm into also an exciting collaboration with some other people. But for all, I would say CIQ is really that's so easy, and it's so fantastically just in any kind of your life that you can use it. If once you just get, the easy tools to work around it, because Judith has made a fantastic easy work to understand and apply in acronyms and how you navigate around just building trust in conversation, like
and conversations happen all the time. It's something natural. That is how we live our lives. We communicate with each other. We have communications, conversations with words, body expressions, and all of that is steered and navigated through our brain. And she broke down very complex things that are happening in our body on a very useful and applicable level, be it in families, be it in companies. And yeah, you are absolutely right. It's material, it's tools that we can easily use and apply. So this is your mission for next year. Continue working with CIQ and applying, using the wonderful tools that we co-created on that island.
Yes, exactly. And also I want to stay healthy and really keep on walking my talk.
Right. Okay. Good. Well, if there is nothing else to add, feel free to share a last sentence to wrap up the conversation. I was really happy to have the possibility to have this conversation with you and to learn a little bit more about what you are doing with the ladies in Svalbard, how they are benefiting from what you learned as a coach, how you work as a coach, and to learn a little bit more about the future, the South Pole, which seems like an awful cold place, but still you are looking forward to going there. And so it was a wonderful 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know where we are time-wise because time just flew by with you. Wonderful to listen to your stories. So thank you so much, Carina.
And thank you very, very much also, Ute. It has been a pleasure just to sharing this with you and with everybody else. And I would just like to wish you all the best for the holidays and fantastic year of 2020 that's coming up. And stay healthy and do the best you can.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, health is very important. So we wish everyone that is listening to the recording the best of a holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, stay healthy, fit. Let's do a lot of CIQing, as Pat would say. And we'll see. Maybe we'll have some more interviews with other coaches next year, because there are so many coaches in our community that do so interesting work, so diverse, so different applications of CIQ. And so maybe we can hear more if people say, I would also like to be part of an interview. So let's see what happens next year. Yes. Thank you very much. Happy holidays, and thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.